Welcome to today's explainer. Let's just jump right in. I want you to close your eyes for just a second, well, unless you're driving, and picture a beautiful, bright green spring day. You know the kind, right? The foliage is that vivid, almost neon young green, and the sun feels absolutely perfect on your skin. That exact, striking imagery is what opens the deeply personal audio diary we're diving into today. The speaker describes stepping out into this specific kind of day and just getting hit with this sudden, overwhelming sense of awakening. It's a moment of profound clarity that kicks off a massive rush of self-acceptance. But, as we're going to see, staying in that beautiful present moment, yeah, it's actually one of the hardest things a human being can do. So think about this for a second. How many times have you experienced exactly this? You're physically doing one thing, maybe you're walking down the street, running to the gym, or sitting on the train, but your thoughts? They are already hours ahead. You're mentally unpacking your gym bag, showering, and figuring out what you're going to make for dinner. The diary we're exploring identifies this exact phenomenon as the core conflict of the human mind. It's that chronic, honestly exhausting habit of the wandering mind, completely detached from what's physically happening right in front of us. And that brings us to our first major concept, returning to the self. This act of pulling yourself back to reality is framed as the ultimate form of self-care. It's about finding joy not in all your external achievements, but purely in your own presence. We see this gorgeous realization from the source, originally in Russian, which translates to, I have myself, myself has me. I mean, wow. It's such a simple phrase, but it carries an immense amount of psychological weight. The speaker notes that this understanding is literally the foundation of self-acceptance. It's pure, unfiltered gratitude for your own existence. Imagine waking up and going to sleep with the radical realization that no matter what kind of chaos is going on out there in the world, you are fundamentally secure because you have you. But let's be real, maintaining that profound level of gratitude is not easy. Which leads us to part 2, the autopilot trap. If having yourself is the ultimate goal, why do we constantly lose ourselves? It is just so incredibly easy to surrender the present moment to everyday distractions. Think about this juxtaposition. On one hand, you've got your physical reality, the tangible things you're doing, like walking to the store, heading down to the metro, or going to the gym. But on the other side, your mental reality. Instead of actually experiencing the walk, we're entirely consumed by replaying some awkward work meeting from yesterday or stressing over washing the dishes and doing the laundry. Our physical body is right here, but our mind is constantly dragging us backward into the past or just throwing us forward into the future. So, what's the actual cost of this? What's the true price we pay for being mentally divided all the time? When we operate on autopilot, we aren't just being efficient, we're actively missing our own lives. We stop looking around, we stop feeling life as it happens, we fail to savor the moment, and we completely tune out our surroundings. The speaker reflects on taking walks where they literally took zero interest in anything happening around them because they were just too busy chewing over a past meeting. It's kind of tragic, right? Missing out on beautiful, everyday experiences simply because we weren't mentally there to witness them. So, how do we actually fix this? Let's pivot to the solution in part 3, the mindfulness muscle. The great thing about this audio diary is that the speaker doesn't just vent about the problem. They offer a highly practical approach to combat this mental drift. They introduce a concept that takes mindfulness from this abstract idea and turns it into a tangible daily practice. They call it the mental muscle. This isn't about clearing your mind perfectly forever. That's basically impossible. It's about the psychological reflex of returning to the present moment. Think of it exactly like going to the gym. Just like you build a bicep through constant repetition, you build your presence through the constant, deliberate act of pulling your mind back. With enough reps, this return actually becomes an automatic habit. Your psyche starts to correct itself, automatically reeling you back in when you start to drift. Okay, so here's exactly how you do those reps. The source lays out a super simple, repeatable procedure. Step 1. Notice your mind wandering to the past or future. Honestly, awareness is half the battle. Step 2. Stop the thought. Catch yourself right in the middle of worrying about the laundry or that meeting. And step 3, return and anchor to the present moment. Fixate on whatever you're doing right now. Maybe it's feeling the breeze on your face or the actual physical weight of the door as you pull it open. I really encourage you to see this not as some sort of mystical magic, but as a highly trainable daily skill. You are absolutely going to fail. Your mind is going to wander again, and that is totally fine. It's simply an opportunity to get another rep in.
Now, as we strengthen this muscle, things get a little deeper. Part 4, the existential fear.
Here's the catch. By stripping away the distractions of the past and the future, the speaker is suddenly forced to confront the raw, terrifying reality of time passing. They visualize life as this algorithm, one with a very clear, inevitable structure. It starts at 0 years, the beginning. Then there's the path. And what absolutely terrifies the speaker is that this path is non-static. Time never stops ticking. Every single second you become aware of is a second that's already gone. And finally, the algorithm reaches a definitive end, which the source starkly describes as dust and nothingness. Visualizing life this way, yeah, it brings up a deep, heavy sense of dread. It's that sinking feeling that life is just slipping through our fingers, no matter how tightly we try to hold on.
Which naturally leads us to the ultimate question, pulled straight from the speaker's existential crisis. If there's a clear beginning and a definitive end, if we literally all just return to dust and nothingness, then what is the meaning of all this? If the destination is always exactly the same, what is the point of the journey? Take a second and really sit with that. It's heavy, right? What actually happens in that space between birth and the inevitable end that makes the whole shebang worthwhile?
Thankfully, we're not going to leave you in the dark on this one. Let's look at part 5. The meaning is the journey. The speaker pushes right through that existential dread and arrives at a truly powerful resolution. The fear of the end is completely neutralized by a profound reframing of what life actually is. And the answer is just beautifully simple. The meaning is found entirely in the path itself. The answer isn't waiting for you at the destination. The meaning of life isn't some grand prize handed to you at the end of the algorithm. The meaning is generated through radical self-acceptance and the daily conscious choice to fully experience the journey. Every step, every single breath, every mundane, boring walk to the grocery store. That is the point. To truly embrace this path, the speaker highlights how absolutely crucial it is to preserve your sense of self. Because let's face it, as we get older, life gets complicated. We take on heavy family responsibilities. We navigate aging and deeply unexpected life events that just throw us for a loop. These things can so easily chip away at your core identity. But the goal here is to aggressively protect your inner gratitude. It's about marveling at your own innate settings and talents, those quirky, unique things that make you, you, and refusing to let the heavy complexities of adulthood erase them. It all culminates in one singular, beautiful goal, living absolutely every single moment you are given, rather than just surviving them.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final thought based on this incredible audio diary. Ask yourself right now, are you truly present in your journey today, or are you already at tomorrow's destination? Are you actually experiencing the walk, or are you just waiting to arrive? I challenge you to step off autopilot today. Engage that mindfulness muscle. Pull yourself back to the beautiful, messy present. Because right here, right now, that is exactly where the meaning of your life is hiding. Thanks for hanging out with me, and keep getting those reps in.